Are you ready to experience a miracle this Mother's Day? Join us this Mother's Day for an upcoming event with Santa Muerte. This is not your typical Mother's Day event. We're bringing together the power of Santa Muerte and the energy of this special day to facilitate miraculous, life-changing events for all our participants. You'll be surrounded by a community of like-minded individuals who are all seeking to manifest their deepest desires and to transform their lives. Whether you're hoping to find love, improve your finances, your health, or maybe just overcome a particular obstacle, the power of Santa Muerte can make that happen for you. Register now for our Mother's Day event with Santa Muerte and watch your miracles unfold. And boo! How you doing there? So glad that you're joining me on this Friday evening. Today, what I'm going to do is just give a couple preparation tips. We're going to briefly go through them a little bit more, each aspect, because what I'd like you to do if you are joining the Mother's Day, Mother's Knows Best ritual with La Santa Muerte, I want you to pay attention to the aspects and get prepared. There's more than likely going to be one area that or maybe like one or two areas that you are more concerned with than the others. That's fine. Okay, so I'd like you to get a piece of paper. And as I briefly go through this, and I'm actually reading out of a book, which is actually a very good book if you like to expand your relationship with La Santísima Muerte. One thing that you can definitely do, as with any, deity or goddess or God, however you want to put it, is you study, you research them, you check them out. So this is actually a book called, it's a pretty famous book. It is Santa Muerte. It's by Tracy Rollins. There's a whole title here, but it keeps clicking back off. But I like how she breaks down a lot of this in here as far as for each aspect, each of the 7 main aspects of La Santísima Muerte. Okay, so I do want you to be able to get clear. If you have specific outcomes that you are bringing into this group ritual, good. All right. I always ask that you keep an open mind. Okay. Because I've been doing this shit probably about almost 15 years. All right. And I got to tell you this. It always comes in a way I don't expect. Okay. I stopped expecting because it always comes in a way I don't expect. All right. So the first aspect that we are going to be dealing with in this ritual is, and it happens to be the first aspect that is here in this book, is Niña Blanca, also known as Sister Death. All right. This aspect of Santa Muerte includes cleaning the lasting effects of bad memories, the results of bad decisions, and negative personal trends in general, right? So I want you to understand this as it relates to your problems, your challenges, the reasons why you have chosen or are going to choose now, because I'm about to pull the plug here shortly on this. I'm going to leave it open till tomorrow, sometime tomorrow. I don't know exactly when. But one of the reasons is, and I wanted to tell you this, is you are not the problem. That's right. I said you are not the problem. You have some things that are operating beyond your consciousness, beyond your awareness, that are doing what they're supposed to do. It's just now it's infracting on what you want to do. These things, programs, if you will, are here to keep you safe, keep you alive, because one thing Santa Muerte is very connected to, closely connected to, that I've seen in my experience with her, is your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind doesn't give a shit whether you're happy or not. Your subconscious mind's job is to keep you alive. So in saying this about Niña Blanca, right, the white version of Santa Muerte, one of her things is to cleanse and clear away shit that needs to be cleansed and cleared away. This can also and will also reflect in some of your friendships or relationships, perhaps. I don't know, maybe certain circumstances that you have kind of clinged to on autopilot, never really questioning, hey, why am I doing this? It's clearly not working. Well, she is the ghost buster to come in and clear this shit out, help you to clear this shit out. All right. It does not matter what you have done, to whom, or for how long you have done it. Her ability to cleanse and purify you is absolute. And the idea that Niña Blanca is completely in her ability to forgive and purify, that's going to also reflect in you in self-forgiveness. You're a piece of this too, okay? Is key to the powerful aspect of Santa Muerte. Now, this is very important. This is why we're dealing with her first. All right, it's in the ritual. I'm going to give you a little, heads up. You cannot or should not embark on major projects, either mundane or magical, while in a state of personal turmoil. If you do, this will have a significant impact on the outcome of your project, and it's likely to be a bad one. I agree with that. So does that mean just because you got shit going on in your life, you should not participate? No, I think you should be in this ritual, okay? What it's referring to is for the time that you're actually going to enter into this ritual, which for you looks like just, a personal space of about between 20 and 40 minutes. I don't know exactly how long it's going to be. All right, but make sure you have some privacy. Make sure your own internal space, that you're at least just neutral. I also suggest that you have a glass of water before you join, and have a glass of water during the ritual so you can drink it afterwards. All right, I'll do that later. So therefore, resetting to a magically, psychically, spiritually, and emotionally, I would add, clean state is necessary. You don't cook with dirty pans, do you? Of course not. The same logic applies here. Niña Blanca is always called on before beginning any major new project, and this is a major new project. Okay, I'm going in for y'all on this one. We're going to go on a little journey together through all of these 7 of these chambers, and depending on what it is that you truly desire or why you join this ritual, you'll know where to put that at. You're going to have your chance to have your heart to heart during the ritual as well. Okay. So she also acts as a protective barrier against these negative forces and trends, neutralizing and deflecting them from the aims of your project. All right. Which in this case will be this ritual. So that's Niña Blanca. That's the white version. Okay. So we're going to be going through her first. The other ones are going to be kind of a surprise. All right. Niña Violeta is the purple aspect of Santa Muerte. This aspect is associated with wisdom. Some of you need wisdom. Some of you need, you need to know how to listen to your own inner wisdom. She's also very good for that. Very good for that. Don't you want to be able to trust your own inner wisdom instead of always feeling like you need somebody or something else outside of you? That's what she's there for. That's her thing. A lot of people talk about how she's so possessive and she's so this. I don't experience her like that. She is the most loving mother, but at the same time, she's also one of them tough love mothers as well. And now I understand why. Because there would be times when I'd go to her for shit and she would have this attitude, like almost dismissive with me. And sometimes I would actually get kind of pissed off. But then I finally realized she's seeing that I have it in me. And in a weird way, the way I could word it is kind of like, why are you sitting here playing small like you don't have the answers within you? What are you going to do, son? Like the way you would with your child when you're encouraging them to learn how to think and learn how to, you know. So she's really good with that. Well, that's just my experience with her, you know. When you are thinking of this aspect of Santa Muerte, it is useful to compare her to the mother of teenagers. Having shepherded her children through the basic tasks of childhood, she is now faced with preparing them for lifelong evolution of their spiritual and psychic growth. However, the mother of teens is no longer tightly confined to the hearth and the home. As her children become more independent, she's free to party. All right. She is free to expand her leadership role from the household into the wider community. She expands her personal influence and power to benefit not only her family, but also herself, with the vitality of her youth still fueling her. She approaches these decisions with maternal patience and wisdom, okay? So Nina Violeta is herself a master magician. She is the master of all magic, all sorcery, okay? She is called on, this is the purple version now, to increase psychic insight and magical power. So if that's a part of your shtick, you are in the right place. High five you. All right. Shit. Nina Violeta is also adept at creating access to magical learning, bringing books and teachers to the practitioner at their request. This is also the aspect of Santa Muerte that is called on to create magical talismans. All right. Your 7-power Muerte miracle bag, you could say, is a talisman also. All right. Obviously, she's good with, you know, divination, all things spiritual. All right. All things spiritual. So if some of the things you're looking for is to pierce the veil of your mundane world, if you're really serious about your spirituality, I'm telling you, she is one of the ultimate teachers. She walks with you all the time. If you've never had a relationship with her, if you've never done anything with her, this is the perfect introduction. And if you think about it, what are mothers really known for, right? Traditionally, anyways, or in general, mothers are known for that unconditional love. They love you no matter what, even though they may be hurt by you. They may have to pull back from you, but they love you unconditionally, really. Okay? And contrary to popular belief, the greatest protector on this planet, and I don't care if you look in the animal kingdom, I don't care if you look in the human kingdom, is a mother. Think about that. All right. So imagine all of that in the spiritual realm for you. Okay. So that's her. Nina Violeta grants wisdom and insight and strengthens the will of the witch, of the warlock, of the magician, of the sorcerer, of whatever, right? All right, so that's her. Okay, so we're going to be moving right along. And we come to Niña Azul, also known as the Gracious One. Niña Azul is the blue aspect of Santa Muerte. She can be viewed as a counterpart to Niña Violeta. You know, Niña Violeta deals with all the spiritual shit, the ghostly shit, the psychic shit, the magical shit, to whereas Niña Azul deals with all your earthly shit. You know, I'm tired of seeing people in the
spiritual community basically use that as an excuse for poor personal intercommunication skills. You'd be surprised how many people I've ran into that have this mask on social media and they don't know how to fucking communicate like a regular person, just simple shit. And I've heard it all before. Oh, I'm so empathic and all this. No, it's not that you're so empathic. I'm empathic too. It's not that you're so special. I'm special too. All right. But I do have basic communication skills. I do have basic social skills. Get you some. Okay. Get you some. It would help. Just a little tip. Just a little tip. Niña Azul, okay. So whereas Niña Violeta is concerned with spiritual and psychic matters, Niña Azul is a patroness of practical knowledge, day-to-day relationships, right? The quality of your life is based on the quality of your communication. I'm gonna say that one more time. I think that might even be a Tony Robbinism. I don't know, but it is certainly fucking true. All right. The quality of your life correlates to the quality of your communication, the quality of your communication with yourself and with your outside world and those in your world. She is the teacher of students, the protector of children, the facilitator of communication. She also enhances both the practitioner's perception and empathy, which are qualities needed to enhance and smooth human interactions. And if you think about it, everything that you want right now belongs to somebody else, whether it's their vagina or penis, whether it's a house or a sale, or it's a position somewhere, it's gonna come down to a person. Just saying, bro. The relationships we have with other people form the foundations of our lives. See, she's saying what I just said. No one exists in a vacuum. No one's an island. You know what I'm saying? Being able to understand and relate to other people makes these relationships both healthy and strong. A husband must understand his wife, or girl or side chick, a mother, her children, a shopkeeper, his customers, so forth, a doctor, the patient, so forth, and on and on and on, right? When these relationships exist in a state of understanding and harmony, they can work together toward a mutual goal, all right? So tension, suspicion, and sometimes outright hatred can easily form between groups of people or individuals. Okay, so she helps to smooth all this out. Let me also add too that if you're a student, she also helps you to learn and retain information faster, but also so you can apply the information, because the information is like learning something and not doing anything with it. If you learn something and you can't take that information and go and use it immediately to create an experience for yourself, you ain't learned shit. You just memorized it. Memorization is not learning. Application leads to learning, okay? Now, each of these aspects, of course, has a dark aspect to it, right? Everything has a positive and a negative aspect. We're not getting into the negative sides or the negative aspects of her different kind, but if you want to take your work in other directions, or you want to, I suggest you check it out. All right. But yeah, so she is who you want on your side in your everyday life. Because think about how much of your shit involves communication with people, being able to connect with people, being able to relate to people, being able to understand people, not just for them, but for you. You know what I'm saying? Okay. One of my faves. Well, Niña Violeta's probably my fave. I got a couple. They're all my favorite. But Niña Dorada, Lucky Lady of Death. She is immensely popular form of Santa Muerte, often depicted wearing a beautiful golden gown and standing atop a huge pile of coins. All right. Yes, she's that bitch. Okay. Her immediate association is with the acquisition of money. Okay. Your finances. And indirectly with wealth and prosperity, which of course can go in all kinds of directions, right? There's the actual literal money aspect. Then there's like other aspects, investments, bonds, acquiring something that is worth money that may not be money up front. You know what I'm saying? It just goes all kinds. The difference between money and wealth must be explained because their applications are rooted in different capacities of this aspect of Santa Muerte. Are you going to learn something today? All right. In ancient times, the wealth of a person was rarely measured in how much gold he had, but in how large his herds were and how abundant were his crops, how many wives he had. Wealth was not expressed in terms of cold hard cash, but instead in terms of the fertility of the land. In this case, we can say the fertility of your life all the way around. Niño Dorado, right? Thus, wealth is often seen in terms of living vital energy, a gift of the earth that is often associated with the divine feminine. Okay, so money is related to wealth, though, through death. For thousands of years, money has meant gold, silver, and copper to most people. These metals are even referred to as coinage metals for this reason. Whether gold or seashells, money itself typically has no real practical use. You can't eat gold, silver, cash. You can't burn them for fuel. You can't make shelter out of them. And they make useless tools and worse weapons. However, that which is used as money is often beautiful and always difficult to acquire. If items used as money were easy to get, then everyone would have too much money, and then the money itself would become useless. Thus, that which is used as money is almost always acquired at risk. The coinage metals make perfect examples of this principle. Gold, silver, and copper are often mined from where? From the earth, which is always and always will be a dangerous occupation. Gems, which are also torn from the earth, also meet the criteria. So as you see, she covers all of this area. Let's move it on because I don't want to get too caught up in just one particular aspect. I will check the comments after. I kind of got to just ignore you right now because I'm in my flow, okay? Not that I don't love you. Lurkeisha, hey, Lurkeisha, don't give me that face, all right? Next up, speaking of Lurkeisha, Niña Roja, the queen of passion, okay? Now, how many of us can use a little bit more passion in our lives? Think about that. I don't just mean getting your back blown out and stuff like that. Of course, that's always a great thing. Or getting your back blown out by someone that you really care about, so it's able to be more than just some mechanical act. Or it don't even mean sexual. Well, let's get into it. Niña Roja is the red aspect of Santa Muerte, conceived of in a fiery and passionate form. She is famous for her ability to quicken hearts, inspire love, and inflame lust. Many people call on her to kindle new romances or to interfere with the love of others. This aspect of Santa Muerte enjoys the quick and illicit. Oh, a woman after my own heart. Okay, yeah. As much as those born of lasting romance. I'm a big ball of love. Niña Roja is just as quick to retrieve cheating husbands from the arms of their mistresses as she is to ignite the lusty passions of otherwise uninterested or inaccessible targets. There is a narrow groove at the base of many larger Santa Muerte statues around which devotees can wrap a string or cord soaked in coffee, tequila, blood, or a variety of other offerings. A common folk spell to ensure that a husband remains faithful is to soak a white cord in the couple's combined sexual fluids. Dropping jewels here for you, dropping jewels. And then to wrap it around the base of a red Santa Muerte statue. Okay. All right, hold on. My nose is running. All right, so the greater the stakes, the more intense the conflict. Okay. Let me see here. So yes, she is good for that. I will say this too, though, because I know some people are going to want to use her for a particular target, and I'm not going to say what she can or can't do. I'm not going to even try and put no cap on her. All right. But if this other person overall, who you would call a target, is really detrimental to your overall life, they will be removed. It may be in such a way where it looks like they leave or something like that. You feel me? But they will be removed. All right. But she may even bring them back for a time until you see something that you need to see for yourself. Because I've found that it often always seems to be, I don't know, people are hard-headed, right? Including myself. We have to have that aha ourselves. We have to figure this shit out ourselves. We have to see it yourself. Okay, that's what ends up happening, you know. So she has a myriad of ways of making that happen. All right, so the favorite of both the love struck and love lorn, Niña Roja is called on to set the target's heart aflame with an all-consuming ardor. She enhances the libido and increases sexual pleasure and potency. Niña Roja strengthens loving and passionate relationships and is called on to create such relationships and protect them from outside influences. Some of y'all might be interested in that. I don't know. I got an open door policy, so I don't, go ahead, do what you're going to do. This is the power of Niña Roja that the slighted wife would call on. All right. Moving along. Niña Verde. Okay. This is the green one. For those who don't know what Verde is. Okay. She's known as the just judge. Niña Verde, the green aspect of Santa Muerte, is frequently called on to win legal cases. Okay. But we'll probably get to that. Since Santa Muerte herself is often linked to drug cartels, this is an important and popular function. However, Niña Verde is called on to decide all matters of justice, balance, truth, and fairness. Last spring, we did a work with her. While these issues are frequently decided in courts, the legal system is not the only means by which our laws and moral codes are enforced, right? You have social laws and social shit, right? So she keeps things fair there too, where there's other judgments and stuff like that outside of a court setting, right? Finding balance between the different sources of law and morality that influence is the great power of Niña Verde, okay? And often she's depicted carrying a set of scales. She can enforce justice, balance, and fairness in any situation and tip the balance in the practitioner's favor. She has the ability to impart clarity of perspective, which I think is invaluable. Because a lot of times it's a matter of perspective too, having a greater perspective allows you to see out, you can't see the forest for the trees, they say, right? She has the ability to impart clarity of perspective, as well as the ability to help the practitioner understand how the interplay of opposing ethical forces led us, how it even started, what really was the cause of this situation. Being able to see that so you can avoid these pitfalls before again is always a good thing. So yes, as once again, she is famous for her ability to influence the legal system. This includes all kinds of proceedings, not just the criminal matters for which she is most famous. She can quickly turn civil suits toward your favor as well. Somebody owe you some money, she can quickly turn civils, okay, and even manipulate legal systems that never go in front of a judge. She can open the doors and smooth the way toward getting licenses, okay, and certifications, passports, immigration shit, like all of that, okay? Business registrations, right? Some of you need to incorporate and make sure you do it correctly. You definitely want to be working with her. And by the way, you can join now. There should be the link in the description box, you know. Okay, let me see here. And she can even get common civil complaints handled quickly and efficiently. If you find that you are sentenced to social ostracism because of a wrongdoing you did or did not commit, such as adultery or being accused of sleeping with somebody's man or some shit, right? Niña Verde can help you. Likewise, if you find yourself forced unfairly out of a job, promotion, or even out of employment altogether, Niña Verde, she's that one, okay? So you get the idea. I would suggest as we're going along, maybe you watch this again, right? If you're in this ritual, and as you're going along, you're hearing these more in-depth descriptions, there may be some goals or some intentions that pop up that you want to see unfold, materialize in your life. That's what you need the paper and the pen for, so you can clarify your thoughts, clarify your target, right? What is it that you want? Excuse me. All right, moving along. Of course, Niña Negra, the mother of tears. Niña Negra is the black aspect of Santa Muerte. Okay, everyone knows this one. All right. It says here, as discussed, the uniquely female process of childbirth has killed women for millennia and continued to be a leading cause of death for women to this day. In addition, the females of many species, including the human ones, are famous for their aggressive and bloody actions taken to protect their young. Did not just say that. Thus, this aggressive and killer instinct is deeply embedded within the divine feminine. I keep saying, don't fuck with that divine feminine, yo. It's kind of like dogs are stronger here on this side, right? But cats look over the spiritual side. So in the spirit world, cats are a motherfucker, right? So it's kind of like, I look at cats as kind of being the feminine, you know, aspect or a symbol of the divine feminine. And it's expressed within Santa Muerte through Niña Negra. Okay, so as the reaping form of Santa Muerte, Niña Negra has the ability to end all living things. This is very important. I want you to really listen to this shit. But the definition of what is considered living must be expanded. In addition to people, plants, animals, all active forces, principles, trends, currents, spells, and so forth have a form of life by virtue of being active. Just by virtue of being active, they can be deactivated. Why am I bringing this up to you? And why is this so important? Her and the white version, right? I told you the white version deals with the cleansing, right? You have shit within you, programs. Let's call them apps, okay? You got apps running in you right now. The only way that you could really tell what apps are running that you're not aware of is you got to look at your life, particularly and especially repeating patterns that you don't like, okay? Why am I bringing that up? Hold on, you're about to find out. In addition to people, okay, so having a form of life makes them subject to a force of death. And so Nina Negra oversees all systems of cessation, negation, decay, dissolution, and denouement, whatever the hell that means, because she tends to cut things off at the root. So some of these patterns that you don't know you have, your hidden programming. Okay, let's call it what it is, right? Your hidden programming that runs your life, right? It only lets you get so far, right? Before, whether that's in love, whether that's in money, whether that's whatever, it only lets you get so far, and then it stops you for whatever the reason is, right? I liken it to that pair of shoes that you got when you were in 4th grade, right? Maybe you still wear the same size. I don't know, depending. But usually there's nothing wrong with that pair of shoes. It fits your foot perfectly. But as your foot grew, it could no longer fuck with that shoe. It started to hurt your feet. And should you have continued to wear that same shoe that at once served you and fulfilled its function for you, it would end up damaging your feet. Same thing with your hidden programming. And I'm telling you right now, we're going to dive into the hidden programming part with La Nina Negra, because this is one of the most important aspects of this ritual. It is the beginning of this whirlwind, of this cessation, of this dissolution of some of these hidden programs. And she's really good at that. She's continuing to work with me. And she told me to say, if you want to know what your hidden programs are, just look at your life right now. Like I said, just look at your life, because those are the effects. What is the cause? Your hidden programming. Okay. Excuse me. Because she tends to cut things off at the root, Nina Negra is very effective at negating spells and curses, forcing harmful or disruptive situations to end. If you're ready for that, if you want to hang on to your bullshit, then I suggest this may not be the ritual for you. But if you jump into this, dive into this head first, open heart, all in, right? I'm looking for those who are on some fuck yes, I want this ritual. Not, well, maybe, yeah, no, not you. I want you, right? So obviously she could deal with spells, curses, people trying to cross you up, this and that. The biggest thing is your own spells and shit that you put on yourself. That's the biggest one. And banishing unwanted spirits or people, as her destructive impulses are ultimately rooted in her maternal character. She's protective. She is protective. She is often used in protection rituals, but no one but a fool gets between a mother and her children. As the gatekeeper between life and death, Nina Negra can also open the doorway to the spirit realms, allowing both astral travel and communication with spirits or the deceased. Many magical practitioners believe that our existence after death holds its own interests and trials. So preparing for and undergoing this lifetime in death, which some call the bardo, is therefore an activity of interest to many. Preparing for death, because it's inevitable, right? A lot of people don't want to talk about that. I get it, but it's inevitable. All right. Moving right along, you get the picture with her. Okay. And that's pretty much the gist of that. I'm going to go to the comments here, the commentos, see what we got cooking, what we got shaking. I see the goddesses are in the house. Star Leo. Who he? All right, Deaconess Xander, Promeo, shout out Ara, the Aqua Quinetha Watson, the comedian, love ya. Okay. And of course, our very own Gitana Lotus and Brother Davis. So glad to see you here, brother. So yeah, you already know about some of her, and this is an ongoing thing. Like, I can't tell you whether you, I mean, for me, I want a relationship with her. I want to continue my relationship with her. I want to build, I want to expand on my relationship with her. You might not want that. Maybe you were looking for just more wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And somehow, you thought it was going to be a one night stand, and at least it's something else. I don't know. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, what they should do in those regards. I just come from the school of the sorcerer, you know what I'm saying, where most of the times we want to have a relationship. We want to at least have a basic working relationship because we plan on continuing the working relationship throughout the future. But there are certain sources of power where, yes, it's just a one-hitter quitter. I don't know what it is for you. I don't know what it is for you. Even Nicholas Davis, see, look. She don't be playing around, man. I'm telling you, Santísima Muerte does not play around. Lakeisha, you hear me? She does not play around. You know that. She get it done. You see that? She does. She gets it done. That's for sure. So if there's any questions here, we can explore those. I'm going to be here for another 5 to 10 minutes. But if not, guess what? You can go to the website. If you also want to just kind of glaze over the 7 main aspects, start to kind of think about, what you would like to intend, what you like to see from this particular aspect, right? Or what your petition, I guess. I just have this, I got a problem with that word. I'm a commander. I command shit. I don't petition. When I hear petition, I'm like, do you have $1? Like, no, and I find it works so much better that way. They respect that. It's kind of like the way a woman wants you to take control in the bedroom. Sometimes they want you to throw them around. They want you to like take their clothes off, as opposed to trying to be too nice and shit. You know what I mean? Like and I find this to be all the time. Let's just keep it real. All right. On some Niña Roja shit. Like you might get spit on. You might get this. You might get all kinds of shit. I mean, it might get really rough, and hey, but it's what you want, and it's what I like to give. So they mesh very well. You know what I'm saying? They mesh very well. So hey, it is what it is. So yeah, I'm trying to think of any other questions that I might have because I've been asked some questions, and of course, when I'm on the air for the last night of me talking about this, because tomorrow, even tonight and tomorrow is all about preparation and then putting the actual ritual together. Got a little surprise there. So turns out I still got to get one more element. So I got to go out to the store again and look, or out and about and look for it. But yeah, she's I've heard people say that, some people are afraid that if they work with her, that they can't work with anybody else. I just find that to be bullshit. I do what the fuck I want, right? I do what I want. If anything, she is there to assist me and help me. Like, she likes me taking that role. She's like, I like when you're like, I do what the fuck I want. Like, she likes that. I get encouraged to that because like she always leads me back to myself. Like, even with her, she doesn't, you ever heard like in the Christian church, they're like, just lean on God, give him all your problems. He wants to take it all away. He wants to this, he wants to that. I don't really get that from her. Like, I get it. It's different for me. That's like, once again, this is just my relationship with her. I'm just sharing some insights that I have gotten from her. Around what time frame should we expect our 7 Power Muerte bag? I am going to be, that's a very good question, Star Leo. Let's put you up here. The Wall of Fame. Sadie Mae. What I'm going to be doing, okay, every single 7 Power Muerte Miracle bag is actually also going to be consecrated, in the ritual. So after Sunday, guess what? Papa Shanguito is going to be headed to the fucking post office with a bag full of packages. Okay. And everyone's going to get their tracking numbers. So as to when exactly you're going to receive it, I'm not the postal service, but I will do everything. I will get it out to you. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's what it's going to be. But they have to be in this ritual. I got to have them in this ritual before I get them to you. And then I actually have just a little short PDF that I'm going to include in your package. So you don't have to wait on instructions from me and stuff like that. You know, I'm taking a cue from, like, you know, how would I, if I'm on the customer side, how would I want it? I would want the instructions included with the shit, right? So that's what I'm going to do. So that way, you know, I'm just going to give you a basic template though, because I always encourage you to begin to make your own thing with it. Remember, this is also like its own, it's like a little, it's a talisman, and it's also like a portable altar. All right. So you're going to come up with things yourself. I encourage that. You know, it takes trust in yourself to be able to come up with something out of your own mind and rock with it. Because most people are like, well, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? You know, it's like the fact that you're doubting is making it wrong. For real. You know, she likes creativity. She's all about that shit. You know, she loves that shit. So all these, so anyways, it's going to be a basic. You can just stick to the basic, but I suggest making it more customized to you. All right. And you're going to be able to use this bag for as long as you keep it. Okay. Will this be up for a bit? Tomorrow, baby. Tomorrow, last day. I have to shut it down tomorrow. Probably going to be sometime in the late afternoon on my time, which would be the evening for many of y'all, because most of y'all are not in California. I am. So that may work out in your favor. But yeah, tomorrow's it. Also, today is the last night. I'm leaving the calendar open as far as if anybody wanted to book a 30-minute session with me. I'm going to close that shit up later tonight too. You know what I'm saying? So I only did that for a very brief time, for a very, you know, I was creating a very brief special for a new audience. So that's the only reason why I did that. Other than that, I wouldn't have had that calendar open, because I do not do personal readings anymore. I will do personal consults as it relates to VIP ritual work clients. But other than that, I ain't doing that shit no more. Absolutely. Thank you for asking that too, Sadie Mae. Does she call on certain people? I don't understand that question. What does that mean? In what way? I'm not understanding. I don't understand. So yeah, I don't understand that question. Who does Santísima Muerte call on certain people? If you can, you know, clarify that, that'd be great. Because I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was another question. Somebody actually asked me a good question, and now I can't remember it. But yeah, so there's only just a short amount of time left. I'm already happy with the turnout and stuff like that. It's been great. I'm just focused on making this a one-of-a-kind experience for you. You know what I'm saying? And you can look at this as, if you feel drawn to her for some reason, Quinita Watson, I've heard this a lot too. But let me finish my thought here. Like, yes, just doing the best I can possibly do for you. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the ritual, and I'm going to sit in the participant seat, right? As if I wasn't the maestro, but I'm going to maestro myself through this ritual on my own time. Because when it comes to you, my top concern is you. Okay. My top focus is you. So that's what I'm going to be doing first, right? And then Usually I take care of myself first. You're supposed to take care of yourself first, then you do whatever. But this time I want to do y'all first. So like I'm really just want to be focused. I don't want to be focused on my own intentions and my own, goals, aspirations, or whatever it is that I want to dive into with her. I'll put that to the side, right? Because I'm going to just deal with you. Yeah, that's a good sign. If you feel drawn to her, you can ask. I mean, this is how it happened with me, right? I definitely felt drawn to her. I mean, that's just me though. Like, I don't know. For me, I just went and bought a statue. My first little statue was a little gold statue. It was like this big. That was my first statue. I believe in 2012. That was my first little statue with her. But yeah, so if you feel drawn to her, it's kind of like a regular relationship in the sense that, you take a step forward, they take a step forward. She might take two or three. She might start showing you different things. Her numbers, to me, I associate her number also with 777. That's just me. Okay, it doesn't say that anywhere, but for me, that's her. And literally, I seen 777 when I went for my walk today, like at least 4 times. So it's like, okay, Star Leo says she already started working with a lot of stuff for me after I burnt her 7 color candle. Yeah, I can understand that. 7-day candle. Oh, okay, yeah. You make space with her. Like, she is one of them ones. I mean, there's several different. I mean, she's basically death personified, right? So this whole thing with the skeleton and the side and all that stuff like that, that's just for us. That's for us. She's way more than that. Way more than your physical brain or mind can understand, or mine. You know what I'm saying? So she is also one of them gatekeepers though, like I mentioned earlier though. I work with the SU Kingdom heavy. For some reason, Elegua always stood out to me more. I always had like a better relationship, I guess you could say, with Elegua than I've had a good relationship with Papa Legba, but like all the gatekeepers, I'm pretty tight with, or I've worked with to some capacity for the most part. But she is definitely one of them because there's no bigger gateway between life and death, So that's how that goes. So if there's not any more questions, I believe I will be excusing myself here in just a minute. But I would suggest, if you have a curiosity, whatever, there's no reason to be afraid. I want to definitely say that because there's a lot of scary people, and I blame religious programming for that. Okay. Oh, that's crazy. Look at, I was just mentioning something. She says, I told her about the 7s, right? One of her numbers is 7, right? So she says, that's crazy because I was born in the 7th month. I'm in the 7th year, and this is a year 7. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if you're also a life path 7. So if you add up all your numbers, the month, the date, and the year you were born, add them all up, add that up until you get down to a single digit. So I bet you it's a 7. But yeah, see, so she's just one of them ones though. Like, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, but she's one of those ones that you just want to maintain a relationship with. Like, I have a fondness with her. Like, so I do literally look at her like I would look at my own earthly mother. You know what I'm saying? Or I have those type of feelings when I look at her. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Star Leo, I appreciate you. Believe it. Another 7, Sadie Mae. Oh yeah. See, I'm a 7 life path. You know what I'm saying? So like, it makes sense. Yeah, Quinita. You know what time it is? Gitana Lotus. I've definitely been curious about it. You know, if you're just curious at first, like, hey, study up a little bit or just check her out, see what it is, and then you may start to notice certain things. Like, for example, I posted one where if you go to my shorts, like I have that one with the owl. There was just this fucking little owl just right there. And because I went outside, I was just going for a walk. So I'd be taking late night walks, you know what I'm saying? And there's a little owl just right fucking there. Boom. And that's her. I mean, a couple goddesses use the owl. The owl is used in a lot of different ways, but obviously I've done the most work with her. So her thing is the owl, you know, being able to see through the darkness, right? I think that's one ability that she lends us, or a skill, I guess you could say, that she really helps us to develop within ourselves, is the ability to see through our own darkness, right? Because once you take the hidden programming out of your darkness and you bring it into the light, now you can do something about it. It's not even as powerful as it was, you know. It's kind of like when something's cast in a big shadow, it looks scary, right? But when you find the source of it, a lot of times it's not as big as it was on the wall. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely if you're curious about it, check her out, you know. Check her out, check her out. Gitana, I know that you purchased a book. Anyone who purchased my Master Your Magic Ritual grimoire is able to join. Okay, I have said this before. All you got to do is email me a copy of purchase, or your, like, a screenshot of your purchase, and I will put you on the mailing list to receive the link for the ritual, as my way of saying, oh, thank you. Okay, because I appreciate you. All right. So I have said that. So I believe you did purchase that, Gitana. So if you wanted to, I'm not trying to rush you into this, because this is something about ritual work that I don't do. This is not a religion, okay? I'm not going to go knocking on somebody's doors trying to convince you to believe like I believe. This is not what this is about, all right? This is about, if you're on the same frequency and we cross paths, and it's like I can help you or assist you in any way, you know, with the information that I'm giving, hey, great, you know, but I'm not here to like try and force somebody to do something, like, you know. And I'm not saying, I'm not singling you out, Gitana, but you know what I'm saying? It just brought up a good point. Like, I only want those who want to join. Like, if you really want to join, then join. You know, that's who I want. I don't want it to where it's like some people, they're like just on the fence and they're wibbly, they're weeble wobbles. You know, I don't want them. I want the ones who are very decidedly like, you know, you want to be in this. You know, even if you get in the last minute, you made it just in time though. You know, you're right on time actually. So that's all. I think that's how you should deal with a lot of this. You shouldn't force yourself to work with anything or anyone, you know. It should be when it's right for you, you know. So what's up, PG? Thank you for showing some love, PG. We appreciate you. All right. So anyways, I'm about to get up out of here. It's 10:30. And yeah, make sure you go through each aspect. You can watch this video, or you can go to the website like as if you was going to purchase. Like, even if you're already in it, just go and look at the different colors, and it'll kind of give you just the, you know, the general term of like what this particular color or frequency has dominion over. And then you can start to say, okay, well, as far as this, you may not have a specific goal in mind. That's okay. That's okay. You know, there may be something in the future that comes up, and depending, especially like if you have your 7 Power MUERTE miracle bag, which is, like I said, it's like a talisman. It's like a mojo bag. It's a lot of different things. It's also like a little portable altar, you know, that you can use as you continue. It's for somebody who really wants to continue the work, okay? Because I got to tell you, I've never just really done one spell and it just like took care of everything forever. Like most things, even spells, even, you know, rituals and stuff like that, their power is in repetition, you know? It's like if you just go to the gym and work out that one time, but you did it real good. You did it real good, didn't you? Yeah, but how long is that benefit going to last, right? Although it is very different when we're talking about spells and rituals because it can have a dramatic effect that affects you for the rest of your life, depending on what. Just like certain other things. Like if you went outside right now and, you know, hit somebody with your car or something, that could probably affect you. One incident, you know, my mom, she used to tell me when I was more hot-headed that how she say it, one second of anger, you know, could have me like in a lifetime of like prison or dead. You know what I'm saying? So very true. So in that sense, yes, a one hitter quitter could make a dramatic impact for the rest of your life, or especially magically speaking, it could just change your whole. If you were a train, it's like your train switches tracks. Now you're on another track. So you're going to another destination now. So the journey is going to be way different than it was before. You know, I think that's the point, right? Who wants to be on a fucking merry-go-round? I personally don't. I had to get off, you know. I got shit to do. I came here to do shit. So might as well get to it, you know. And boy, has it been an adventure now. Now I'm like all passionate about, especially, I've always been passionate about what I do, but just I'm at a fucking precipice. Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely like, when it's no longer work, it's like, wow, like it's almost like you can just throw yourself into it. It still is a form of work, but it doesn't feel like it. It's my point. You know what I'm saying? And it's yours. There's no other feeling. If I could give each and every one of you that, I would give you that. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. Anyways, I'm up out of here though. So thank you so much for joining, for watching, stuff like that, all that good shit. Lakeisha, hey, Lakeisha. All right. Don't be making that little front face. All right. Fix your face, Lakeisha. Fix your face, goddammit. And anyways, for the rest of you late ass Lindy's, late ass Lindsay's and Linda's, and late ass Larry's, there's still just a little bit of time left for you to join the Mother's Knows Best ritual, you know what I'm saying, with Santa Muerte. This is it. This is the game changer extraordinaire. All right. And yeah, so there's a little bit more time. It's in the description box. You want to check that out, get to it. All right. Other than that, this is Shango Ray. Appreciate you. Y'all have a real good night. Be safe. Have a good weekend. I look forward to all of you. You know, let's all come together for this, you know, on Mother's Day at our own individual times, though, of course. There's not one set time, which is why we did it the way we did it, because obviously it's Mother's Day. There's no telling what each and every one of you, it would be a nightmare trying to like coordinate a singular time, right? So I felt it's just better to do it this way. And, you know, they act like the button hunched on the, and also, lick my motherfucking like button, goddammit. Lick that like button. At least you could do that, okay? If you're gonna lurk, you're gonna lick. If you're gonna lurk, you're gonna lick. If you're gonna lurk, you wanna lick. You might as well. Shit. You might as well, right? You could do that in total anonymity. I wouldn't know who the fuck liked my shit. You can dislike it if you want to, whatever. But lick that motherfucking like button, okay? She works hard for the money. So hard, honey, okay? Don't leave her high and dry, okay? You don't like to be high and dry, neither does she. Lick that like button. Thank you very much. And I hope you're like me, Quinita. I've been noticing that my texts now are like almost gerbil gobble. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Shit. It's like if I was to read my text, I would think that like I don't read too well. You know what I'm saying? But I know I do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like sometimes I'm thinking it way quicker than I can type. You know what I mean? So my shit comes up all gurgly gobbly. Tiana, yes, happy, happy, happy. Welcome. But now we're leaving. Do you wear glasses, Juanita? Just a question. You know what I'm saying? You wear glasses? Yeah. Yeah. Because I do the same shit. Like in my head, I typed it exactly the way I was thinking it. And then I look at it and I'm like, what in the fuck is this? Oh, man. Yeah. All right. Well, we're up out of here now. So once again, like I said, join the Mother's Day ritual. Mother knows best. She does. She does. She'll help you get out of yourself, get perspective, get to see your situation. You're going to see certain situations that you're in right now in ways you've never seen them before. It's almost as if you get new eyes with this shit, right? Where you need them, when you need them, right? Certain situations are going to start to work out for you. Some things are going to happen really fast and some things are going to happen very methodically, but right. Oftentimes there's a timing element. I know everybody wants their shit like 2 seconds after they cast their motherfucking spell. God damn it. Okay, but you got to understand you're manipulating reality, okay? You're orchestrating some shit, okay? So things need to be, like you have to allow the proper time. If you're worried about time, you're already in the wrong place. You're already in the wrong, as far as like here and here, you're already in the wrong place. All right. Now I do understand there are situations that have deadlines and stuff. Do what you can do in the mundane, cast your spells, but ultimately know that it's going to work out. When I say it's going to work out, it means it's going to work out for you in ways 10 times out of 10 that you don't even fucking know. All right. You're like, I didn't even think of that way. I thought I had it all covered. No, you don't. Okay, because no matter what your perspective is, it's limited. Her perspective is not limited. Okay, so she could see a lot of shit that you can't. She could see those who are plotting and planning, scheming and dreaming on you. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And she can see your hidden programming that you're not aware of, that you need to become aware of so you can take it out of the darkness and bring it into the light so you could, you can change it, or sometimes it's not even changing it. It's just knowing how and when to apply it. Because sometimes it's like this particular mechanism is here for me. It's just firing off at the wrong times and in the wrong ways. But if I can learn to utilize this, you'll find that your greatest weakness, this is no bullshit, okay? Your greatest weakness is your fucking biggest strength. And that's exactly what that means, okay? It's not even so much about changing as it is rearranging a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Join the motherfucking ritual, okay? Stop being a little bitch and join the motherfucking ritual, all right? Okay, so anyways, now I'm out of here, all right, because I got to go, all right? But thank you for joining. I look forward to serving you in this ritual. If you are in it already, thank you so much. And if you are yet to join tonight, in 5 minutes, an hour, if you want to just really try and push it, fine. Okay, fine. All right. Hopefully I haven't pulled the plug yet, but if it's meant to be, it will be. Shango right here. Have a good night. And all that good shit.